Animal-derived products are dead. If your business involves the use or consumption of animal-derived products, it will need to drastically change the way it does business within the next 10 to 20 years, if not much sooner. Paradigm shifts are created by a variety of events: wars, technology breakthroughs, and currently the COVID-19 virus is just one of many events weighing on the practice of animal consumption. The Me Too and Black Lives Matter movements are both societal prefaces to the continued evolution of a planet and people that will come to realize the folly of enslaving other species, raping them, separating them from their children, abusing them, and finally, consuming them and or utilizing their parts in products is not acceptable. You may ask how I could compare the seriousness of human racial and or gender inequality and prejudice to that of animals. I will address that in a future video, but this video is about business. Future generations will no longer stand for the cruelty and unnecessarily horrible treatment of animals in the same way most have come to the acceptance and understanding of LGBTQ, gender, race, and other historically dividing issues. So what does this have to do with business and moving beyond success, you ask? Simple. The world is changing the way business is done, what it means to be successful and to have a successful business. Corporations are now more aware and implementing the concept behind a double and even triple bottom line. The double is a beneficial societal impact, while the triple bottom line is a positive environmental impact. It will be impossible to be a triple bottom line business utilizing animals, and I would argue not possible for a double bottom line either. Certified B corporations, which are legally required to consider the impact of their decisions on their workers, customers, suppliers, community, and the environment, are growing in quantity and impact, and far from a certification will just be a requirement in years to come. At U Beyond Success, while we can offer our online services to most any business, our one-on-one coaching and consulting is reserved for businesses that understand these principles and ethics and are either already operating a business in that manner or looking to convert or develop new business models consistent with the desires and values of consumers, not just today, but in 5 to 10 years from now. We will grow larger with more impact, but we will always have a finite amount of resources to provide these individualized services and will not consume our time with those that do not connect with our ethics and standards. So, here is a critical element of business to understand. Not everyone is your customer, and by eliminating those that do not meet your criteria from the start, you will have a greater impact on those that are your customer. This is why I also have made this video early in the evolution of You Beyond Success. If you don't agree or dislike me for this position, you are not my potential customer. I hope you enjoy the videos and free resources we provide. If you are interested in learning more, practical strategies to move you and your business beyond success, see the link in the description below. Right now, we are in the middle of Veganuary, the monthly celebration of everything vegan that occurs each January. It was co-founded by Matthew Glover, also the director at Veg Capital, who recently provided funding to new startup VeganFriedChikN. The company seeks to replace and directly compete with establishments like KFC and Popeyes, as well as many others. Matthew recently provided an explanation about Vegan Fried Chicken's success on Instagram, where they acquired 25,000 new followers in 30 days via a post on LinkedIn. Quote, "More specifically for Instagram, I would suggest the following factors have been at play. We have a particularly talented social media specialist managing our Instagram profile. We partnered with Plant-Based News to get the initial news out there, and they have a large audience on Instagram. They shared video where we filmed inside a factory farm, and that generated over 175,000 views and drove traffic to our platform. We've sent free samples to influencers, and many of them have shared reviews. Joey Carbstrong, a vegan activist with a large following, kindly shared a very good review which helped increase our followers and engagement rate. I feel that Vegan Fried Chicken is a very Instagrammable product where people like to experiment with meals and share with friends, often tagging us in them. Our tone is edgy, sassy, and humorous." Unquote. There are some great business nuggets in Matthew's post related to knowing your customer, as we just discussed. Also, understanding where your customer engages, what platforms they engage on, and how to best communicate on those platforms. If you aren't having social media success, these tips are a great place to look at your efforts and see how they align with your customer. Russell Brunson of ClickFunnels is also wonderful at communicating this message. Other plant-based news released recently includes Taco Bell announcing both plant-based meat made from oats and other plants released in the UK locations, and a deal with Beyond Meat. For those that don't know, Taco Bell is owned by Yum Brands, who owns several other huge profile fast food concepts. You can be assured if the largest chains are incorporating plant-based meats into their menus, there will only be a continuation of this trend, which has been occurring for the last 20 years and increased rapidly in the last 5 years. Impossible Foods announced it plans to, quote, "completely replace the use of animals as a food technology by 2035, unquote. That's less than 15 years from now. Outside of the food world, the press to remove animal products from non-food items continues. The Material Innovation Initiative reports on the growth of mycelium leather, microbial cultivation, and precision fermentation techniques. And MycoWorks raised a cool $45 million in 2020 to fund its Rishi leather production, while Natural Fiber Welding closed a $13 million round led by none other than Ralph Lauren. Now, for my clarification on my bold statement that animal products, derived products, are dead. I cannot, nor will I dispute, millions of animals are still being consumed daily. This will not stop tomorrow. And as with most changes in society, there will be those who hold on to their lifestyle with all their might. But in business, we don't have this luxury. Sure, some businesses will form a niche around animal-derived products in the future, the way plant-based product companies have currently. But I always want to be on the uptrend of changes in consumer patterns, not the downward spin. So, I will stick to my statement and say that if your business utilizes animals and does not have a 5-year transition plan that includes plant-based products or the elimination of those animal products, you may find your business on the wrong side of the trend. So, let the trend be your friend and identify how you can best adapt to the change in consumer and societal trends. So yes, this is a business channel, and no, I won't always be talking about plant-based products and veganism. But not only am I vegan and a proponent of plant-based living, but it is where our world is headed. So you can count that future videos will address the shift in plant-based products, because business will rise and fall from their adjustments to our changing world. Blessings.